What if burnout didn't just happen to you, but crept up on you in 12 predictable stages? And what if at any stage you had a chance to prevent it? Today we are going to walk through the 12 stages of burnout, originally described by the psychologist Freudenberger. And while I describe to you the stages, I would like to ask yourself the question, which stage you're at. This will help you to identify the right recovery strategy for your stage. I will be explaining the different recovery strategies in my next video. Whoever has gone through burnout before knows that it's not only about being tired, it's a full body, full mind process. But recovery is possible. No one is safe from burnout. It happens to almost everyone at some stage in their lives. To some it happens more severely, to others lighter, to some more frequently, and to others maybe only once. No one is protected from it. We cannot eliminate all stresses in life, but what we can do is to build up our resilience. Hi, I'm a health psychologist, and on this channel I give you immediately implementable, practical, science-based tips to improve your health, achieve your goals, and be the best version of yourself. So let's get started. Stage 1, the compulsion to prove yourself. This is where burnout begins, and it doesn't look bad at all. You feel highly motivated, driven to prove yourself, and eager to succeed. This often happens in new jobs, promotions, or big life changes. The trap here is that your self-worth becomes tied to your performance. Stage 2, working harder. You begin pushing beyond healthy limits. You take on more than others. You struggle to say no, and you think that only you can do the things right. The trap here is that overworking becomes your identity. Stage 3, neglecting needs. Basic needs start slipping. Sleep becomes optional, meals become rushed or skipped, and exercise disappears completely. The trap here is that you think, I'll take care of myself later. Stage 4, displacement of conflicts. Now things get uncomfortable, but you don't really understand why. You may feel irritable, anxious, and on edge. But instead of addressing the cause, you either blame others or you avoid thinking about it. The trap here is that you suppress stress instead of processing it. Stage 5, revision of values. Your priorities begin to shift quietly. Work becomes more important than relationships. Success becomes more important than meaning. Productivity becomes more important than rest. The trap here is that you lose touch to what actually matters. Stage 6, denial of problems. Now, others start noticing. They say things like, you seem stressed, or you've changed. You respond with, I'm fine, just busy. The trap here is that defensiveness blocks change. Stage 7, withdrawal. In this stage, you start pulling away. Your social life shrinks. You avoid connection and you isolate yourself. You might feel numb and detached. The trap here is that isolation worsens stress biology. Stage number 8, obvious behavioral changes. Now the changes are clear. Emotional outbursts, increased cynicism, and reduced performance. Others may be concerned, and the trap here is that you normalize dysfunction. Stage number 9, depersonalization. This is a major turning point. You feel like a robot, disconnected from yourself and emotionally flat. The trap here is that you lose your sense of identity. Stage 10, inner emptiness. Now there's a deep sense of void. You might try to fill it with food, alcohol, scrolling, or working even more. The trap here is that this is short-term relief, but long-term depletion. Stage 11, depression. Burnout and depression start to overlap. Symptoms may include hopelessness, exhaustion, lack of motivation. What is important here is that professional support is often needed. Stage 12, burnout syndrome. This is a full burnout. There's emotional, mental, and physical collapse, severe exhaustion, and the inability to function normally. The trap here is it's total depletion. So let's zoom out. From a health psychology perspective, there are 3 levels to burnout recovery. First, physical recovery, sleep, nutrition, movement, calming down the nervous system. Without this, nothing else sticks. The second level is the psychological recovery, boundary setting, cognitive restructuring, emotional processing. Ask yourself, what drove me here? And the third level is behavioral change. For example, workload adjustment, learning to say no, redesigning your environment. Because if nothing changes externally, burnout usually returns. So you need to understand that merely doing less is not enough for recovery. You need to start learning to do things differently. You need to focus on sustainable pacing, clear boundaries, meaningful engagement, and regular recovery. If you're not sure about your current stage of burnout, just leave a comment below and I will help you to identify your stage. And to the others who have identified their stage, please give examples describing your state of being so it could help others to understand their own stage. Thank you for watching my video, and in my next video I'm going to give you different tools to recover at the different stages. Thanks and bye!